What's up, you guys? This is Rob from Gay Guy Plays, and today on The Daily Grind, we are back with another installment of Rob reads you shit that you probably don't want to read yourself. Now, as you can see, the main focus that we've got here is the fact that Limbo Prime Access will be ending soon. However, I've also got a couple extra tabs open that are covering some new storyline quests that will be coming to Warframe at some point. It does look like Steve is working on something, and trust me, after playing Destiny 2 this entire weekend and kind of getting immersed in that story, Warframe definitely needs some lore to reinvigorate the world because it's feeling a little bit lacking in comparison. However, let's go ahead and just jump on in. As you can see, Limbo Prime Access is ending soon. Get the Gilded Illusionist before September 25th. Now, of course, this just means that the Prime Access is going away, not his actual relics. You'll be able to pick him up in-game. Valkyr Prime and what she came with in her Prime Access is actually what's going to be disappearing, so keep that in mind. Limbo Prime Access is almost finished. The Most Magnificent Magician will conclude his show with a grand disappearance on September 25th. Act quickly to get yours before Limbo Prime to the Void, before you lose Limbo Prime to the Void. Wow, I left out a word in there. But the cool thing here is, and I don't know if anybody else feels the same, but this summer has sped by really quickly. I don't know if it's me introducing new games into my system, but legit, I feel like it's flown by pretty fast. And for everybody out there who's getting excited about the next Prime, it should be Chroma Prime, because it has been kind of like talked about during TennoCon, and they also showed the Grand Prime that's coming out. So really, the only thing that we're missing is what is the additional little bump that they're gonna give it. Are we gonna get another Prime Sentinel? Will be a primed Arcwing? I don't know. Regardless, I can't wait to see. And for all of you Chroma lovers out there, get your butts ready because he's coming soon. Now, as you can see, Limbo Prime Access features Limbo Prime Glyphs, Distreza Prime, and Piranha Prime. Now, Limbo Prime, as you guys know, I think is absolutely gorgeous. I think DE is nailing these primes better and better as time progresses. So I'm really excited for that because the Distreza Prime was fucking gorgeous. Now, it's not the strongest rapier that's out there. You can actually make some very strong ones via Zaws. So if you want Distreza Prime, it's mainly for the looks, and it still functions really well. Let me put that out there real quick. The Piranha Prime is also pretty fantastic. Somebody did try to argue with me about it, though. I still don't feel like it's the most powerful. Maybe situationally it is the most powerful. However, on its own, I feel like as you start escalating to higher and higher levels, it becomes difficult to get the kills more consistently or quick enough in order to keep, the double ghost spectral pistol coming. Regardless, I still think it's a very awesome weapon, especially for anything in the star chart, even for some of the more difficult content in game. So definitely keep an eye out for that if you are either going to try to pick up the Prime Access or farm for the relics yourself. Now, for all of you collectors out there that are into the fashion frame world, we do have the Limbo Prime accessories set. Now, the way that I always kind of pitch these things is the Limbo Prime accessories, or just the Prime accessories in general, are the main thing that you want to pick up whenever a Prime Access comes out, unless you want to wait for it to potentially come out in the future and, pay for that whenever it comes out. But it's here now, so get it while you can. We've got the Oblivia Prime Syandana and the Riftwalker Prime Sigil. Now, many of you guys already know I am not a fan in general of a lot of the Prime Syandanas that DE releases. It's just not my style. There are some really great ones that are a little bit older. Like, I love the one that came out with Necros. And of course, the Misa Prime Syandana is gorgeous. And depending on how I'm feeling, the Pyro Prime Syandana looks pretty badass too. The Oblivia, however, kind of pales in comparison. The real winner for this, and I don't know if this is going to be enough for you guys to want to pick up the Prime Accessories kit solely based on this, but the Riftwalker Prime Sigil is great icing on the cake. It's great to kind of finish off some of the Prime looks out there, and because of the fact that they've really put in some efforts into making the Prime Sigil, or at least specifically this Prime Sigil, look metallic and shiny and gorgeous. It's not exactly the same. You still got to bump it up a notch or two in order to get it to match the metallics on your actual frame, but it's really close. And it's really good. I think it's the best thing that they're going to be able to pull off with a 2D image. But I'm crossing my fingers that they go ahead and do that to the one that came with Nova Prime. And there was another one that came out with somebody else that I can't remember. But those two Prime Sigils definitely need some metallics on them as well. Can't wait to see what they do with those, because I think that I'll probably end up using them a little bit more as well. Now, keep in mind, the Limbo Prime accessories are the only things that are not going to be available in through relics. So those are the only things that you really need to pick up if you want them. Everything else you can just go ahead and farm. Now, the thing that is going away that you guys need to pay some attention to is, of course, Valkyr Prime. So starting September 25th, the following items and the respective relics will enter the vault. So you can't farm them up anymore, okay? So get your farming while you can. Valkyr Prime, Ceranos Prime, and Valkyr Prime. Now, Valkyr Prime is one of those kind of like, if you like Valkyr or if you need to finish up your mastery rank, definitely get that hands down. Now, as it comes to weapons, the Ceranos Prime and the Valkyr Prime, I'm going to give those both a thumbs up. I'm not going to say the Ceranos Prime is the best bow in game. It is definitely gorgeous, and it's definitely functional. It's definitely got its uses. I really, really like it. But the Valkyr Prime, for me, is a must-have. Like, if you like Atlas at all and you like landsliding around and like smashing enemies' faces, I believe, at least last time I checked, the damage multiplier from the Valkyr Prime, which is a custom one, so usually when you're, you know, fighting enemies and you have like a melee multiplier, it is a 0.5 multiplier. The Valkyr Prime actually has a 0.75 multiplier, so it increases by 0.75 instead of 0.5, which does a world of wonders for Atlas's landslide damage. So get it while you can, enjoy it while you can. Not sure when Melee 3.0 is going to come up, so just enjoy it while the moment is here, basically. So grab those. Definitely the Valkyr Prime gets my biggest thumbs up out of all of those three, so snatch them. So if these powerful Prime weapons and Warframe or their blueprints / components and relics are already in your inventory, they will remain there after vaulting. So don't worry, the relics that you have, the blueprints that you have, all of those will remain with you. But if you don't have them, you're not going to have a way to farm them up later on. So make sure you get that all before September 25th. And for all of you out there who are in love with Chroma Prime, get ready, because it seems like the 25th is when they're going to drop that new baby boy. So let's go ahead and move on to Steve's Twitter, because this is definitely the big thing that has been going down. Is there's been some quest line teases. So as you can see right here, we're popping over, and it seems like there are 2 quests that are currently being worked on by DE, and I'm really excited to see exactly where they're going to take the storyline. But as you can see, this first one we're going to be taking a look at is the Chimera Prologue. So the Chimera Prologue, I'm assuming, is probably going to be the step before the New War. So as you can see, we can hear the machine muffled below blah, 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 pulsing, and near the sound of a, I don't know, raging maniac. That's all we got there, but I do have to say it's kind of nice to see them kind of put more effort into quests, because as I was saying a little bit earlier in the video, I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2 Forsaken, and the quest line has really, really brought me in. I was looking at it very recently, and the characters for Forsaken 2, I like, just the characters in Destiny just have way more, like, I like them. In Warframe, there are very few characters that I feel that attached to, but since we're there, let's talk about one of the characters that we are very much attached to. Now, this was also posted on Steve's Twitter, and this is another storyline. They did another tease for the quest, and this is called The Longest Mission, an Ordis story. So for those of you guys who haven't looked up the, what is it called? The little glowy bits that you scan? Fragments, the Cephalon fragments, there is a storyline that goes there. I don't necessarily want to give that away, because it's a very interesting background on where your where your Cephalon comes from. However, it looks like they're going to be investing a little bit more into him, which, thank the Lord. So as you can see, The Longest Mission, an Ordis story. Time lapse of the Lisette covered in dust. Seasons, day and night flickering with Ordis. Boring UI overlays, day 700 overlapped with day 4000. Day the flickering halts. A tree has fallen on the ship, scraping the hull. Ordis now needs to maintain extraction vehicle with the overcautious use of his host Migrator, a drone he can move short distances from the ship. Where is this? Because we didn't have this. This is terrifying for him, as he cannot venture from the ship at all for fear of missing the return of the operator. Well, where did we go? I'm assuming this is not us as an operator. I'm assuming this is his previous operator. Even though he's been waiting for 11,350,000 seconds. Anybody with a calculator can tell me how long that is? Leave that in the comments, because I'm really, really bad at math and I'm not going to do it in my head. As he becomes bolder, he discovers a rodent creature and its small collection of shiny objects from the Lost Orokin area. One is a component Ordis can use to extend his drone's range even. Ordis takes it but feels obligated to leave something in return. He leaves a small tree nut, that's cute. And low and below, he finds the next day an increasing number of these small animals leaving objects, expecting a free meal. The rodents sniff and skunk Ordis, which comically Ordis interprets as a very kind gesture. One day he collects a large number of nuts to feed his growing flock, and he returns to the... I'm just picturing him with a big old flock of just squirrels or rats or whatever it is, just bringing him like piles and piles of Orokin things. To the den to find animals are gone. He is confused until he finds a strange marking. A boot print. Ooh, so someone is coming back to the ship. That is kind of exciting. I'm going to be completely honest with you. This gives me a little bit of a chill moment when I see a boot print. Like, it's gonna give a little bit more life to Warframe, and I think one of my biggest complaints recently, I don't want to say it's a complaint, but it's the biggest, like, how do I want to say this? One of the biggest differences for me between Warframe and Destiny 2 is that there are characters in Destiny 2 that I feel very emotionally strongly about. In Warframe, there aren't very many characters that I care that deeply about. I make a joke about, you know, hating the Lotus, shame on you for leaving us, you know what I mean? I make jokes about, you know, the Stalker being absolutely lame, and Ordis is actually one of the few characters that I really give a crap about. But that really says something about kind of like where the game is, where I care about a light up blue box, and he's not even my favorite light up blue box. I like Cephalon Stark better, so there's Cephalon Stark, and then there's Ordis right here. So it's like, what about the rest of the world? I'm glad that they are investing more into the storyline, and I hope that they find a way to make us care more about the characters in game, because it is definitely something that Warframe is missing out on. So I can't wait to see what they end up doing with that. Oh, I don't know when it's gonna come, as you can tell, it's just a script right now. But hopefully it comes sooner than later, because we've been waiting. We've been waiting for more lore. And Revenant sure as hell did not give us very much. Regardless, that about does it for me for now. Let me know in the comments below if you are super excited about Chroma Prime, if you're excited about these quest lines. Actually, this is what I need to know. This is kind of like the plus or the asterisk to this. If you're going to leave a comment, also let me know what your favorite Warframe NPC is. Because right now for me, it's Cephalon Stark. It's probably Ordis and then Ergoglast, or Ergoglast and then Ordis, but those are really the ones that I care the most about, which isn't very much. Anyway, that does it for me for now, and as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!